All right, so decided I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna do. I jumped on Flow Grappling, which is a grappling database, and it's a streaming website for grappling, and they record a lot of the major tournaments, so like the IBJJF Master Worlds, the World Championships, the Nogi Worlds, things like that, and the Pan Ams. So I have some videos. This was my first year as a purple belt in 2023, so 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago, now that this competition happened in August 2023. So I'm somewhat familiar with these matches. Like not long ago, like I decided to go back and look at them because I've been pondering. Um, I've been pondering possibly canceling my Flow Grappling subscription. So kind of wanted to go back and watch some of these videos. But all right, so immediately pull guard. Right off the bat, kind of notice. And I just got done doing a voiceover for my open mats video that I'm gonna be putting on, and I said immediately like I had like a really bad guard pull against somebody where I was kind of lazy with the grip, and I think pretty much the same thing happened here. So I want to get right into my guard game, but like I think I was way too high on his elbow, and I would have allowed him to actually grab my leg, and that would have possibly been 2 points for him. So actually, one thing I'm noticing right now, so he got up and immediately split, didn't allow me to get close guard. He split, connected his left elbow and his left knee, and it was kind of weird for me because I do like to play De La Hiva guard, where if you're not familiar, it's basically you're hooking your leg around like his standing leg. It's a way to a guard that you do against standing opponents, and he's on the opposite side. I always play De La Hiva with my left leg, so that kind of threw me off. I actually remember that and wasn't really sure how to deal with that. So he stands up and just kind of allows me to like grab close guard, and I just kind of pull him into a close guard here. So immediately start my grip fight. I want to get a collar sleeve. All right, so I'm usually looking to. I like a lot of sweeps from close guard. Typically, I'd like to get his arm across the center line. And I work for a flower sweep when I could sweep him right in the mount, and or like I like to get up to kind of a scapula grip, and see if I can work from there. Sometimes I'll try to get over the top and go to a Kimura, and then maybe work some bump sweeps, just depending on what they do. There, I kind of went for a dummy sweep. Dummy sweeps are good. John Danaher actually mentioned that before. Oh, I'm gonna rewind this a second. So John Danaher actually mentioned this before. Sweeps, especially from like the close guard, they're a lot more dangerous when the guy's coming forward than when they're going back because if I was to hit this dummy sweep, there would have been a lot of space for him to. It'd have been a scramble. Whereas if he's coming forward into me, leaning into me, and I sweep him like in the mount, like a flower sweep, then I'm gonna have connection to him the whole way. So all right, so here I get collar sleeve, open up my guard, and go to a scissor sweep, and it's one of my favorite techniques. And then immediately I go try to go north south to go right into a guard pass, and I allowed him to close up guard on me. This is not where I want to be right now. It's inside anybody's closed guard, so I need to be kind of smarter about after I hit this scissor sweep. It is scissor sweeps are difficult. A lot of times there's gonna be a scramble when the guy when you sweep him, he's immediately gonna pop up. So I did a good job pulling his right arm up off the mat and kind of making sure he keeps his back on the ground so I can at least secure 2 points. So I'm not in the worst position being stuck in his close guard, but it's not ideally like what I want to be. Um, all right, so now he's got kind of the same grip I was going for. He's going for a collar grip. So I open up his guard and I'm trying to smash down in the half guard. smashing a half guard. Um, he threatened a little bit of a collar choke, and then started to sweep me over. I was able to kind of push him back, but that gave him an advantage. So now I'm into like right now the position of one of my favorite sweeps. This is hip turn sweep, or excuse me, one of my favorite guard passes, a hip turn guard pass. And I'm gonna kind of be up on my toes here, and I got a cross face with my left arm, and I'm pulling him into me, and then I'm gonna wedge my knee against his hip, and then free my foot there. Yeah, kind of just like that. One of my favorite guard passes to do. And so I secure a guard pass, and I try to go immediately to knee on belly and switch over into a mount, but it was pretty sloppy. Allowed him to grab my leg back in the half guard, but I kind of knee cut right back out of it. So um, it was funny. I watched a lot of AOJ matches because a friend of mine that I was helping, she's actually watching my match somewhere back here, but um, she used to go against AOJ all the time. We always call that point farming, where they would like go try to go into mount, but they would really just purposely get stuck into like a half guard just so they can pass again. I wasn't intentionally doing that, but when he secured his guard, it was um, it was in a position that I was kind of able to pass. So at this point, I believe I'm up 8-0, and now I'm kind of just putting some pressure right here. Probably looking to go knee on belly. I do. He pulls me on top, almost into like like he's going to a deep half guard, and I look to flatten him out again. Try to get that underhook there. Yeah, with my right arm. So I pretty much know at this point like I'm ahead. So I'm probably just trying to take it real methodical. I never really just like shut it down like some people, but I'm all right. So I believe yeah he gets a sweep on me. So he actually it's a very nice sweep by him. So he used his hips together. This is a hip lever, or some people call it the John Wayne sweep. But he pinched his hips together and then used it as a lever. And some people use it just to sweep. But I posted, but because I posted, he was able to go underneath me and then grab my leg and wrestle up. And so he goes right in the guard pass. I'm just kind of using some guard retention stuff here. Okay, so the ref's gonna center us. So basically, I know like I got about a minute and 10 seconds to effectively just hold off any attacks that he has, and I'll get the win. So start framing. He's trying to turn into me, and immediately he almost allowed me to come up and get another sweep, but kind of in his half guard now, looking to almost like reached up and grabbed some gi, like going for a back take. All right, so yeah, look, just so this is an ideal situation for me. I just looked to, in a competition, he's trying to smash my knee down, but I just created some space just so I can close up my close guard. So with 30 seconds left and me up by 6 points, I'm very happy to be in close guard and just try to slow him down. Yeah, so that's my friend right there behind Rihanna that she used to go against Fanegra twins all the time in juveniles, and I used to watch a lot of their matches. So I'm kind of familiar with like that, what I was mentioning, AOJ when they do the quote unquote point farming. And I'm not intentionally doing that, but all right. So he goes a standing pass, and I'm just trying to like pull him into my guard, and yeah. So good match. This is a very fun tournament. I probably had more fun in this tournament than any tournament. I ended up losing in the quarterfinals. I'm gonna show that match as well. Guy was big, strong, and he ended up, believe he took my back. And all right, so I'm gonna go ahead and pause this, and I'm gonna go right into the. I'm gonna make a video of the next video that next match I had in Masters Worlds. I also won, I believe, on points. Yeah, definitely on points. So go ahead and go there. All right, so this is the second, my second match of the Master Worlds 2023. Again, it's been a purple belt for maybe about 4 months before this match, and so all I remember about this, the second match, I got a flower sweep right in the mount. Flower sweep is one of my favorite sweeps, and prior to that, like I remember this dude came out like way more aggressive and stronger than the first opponent. So he kind of comes in for a takedown. I'm still looking to guard pull. I just got to make sure I get like good grips to do it. And yeah, so I get my grips, pulling the guard. Again, I felt like he was way more aggressive. I immediately let him get a crossface, which was terrible on my part. Letting him control my head that easily. So I'm kind of fighting from behind right now, and got an overhook, and maybe going in a deep half guard. Yeah, kind of went in a deep half guard. He's let me just go back and watch it again. So I go into deep half guard, and usually I'd like to have my right arm kind of cupping his leg here so that he can't do what he did. He ends up like just jumping over the top here, and he probably should have stayed on that side and just worked a pass from there, because I was pretty much yeah. If he cross faced me right there, and flatten me out, he could just kind of work, maybe try to get the 3/4 mount or something like that. But he hops over and kind of allows me to get back to a more traditional half guard. Still giving up this cross face, and finally address that. All right, so I'm probably going to look to create some space, maybe get back in the close guard or something like that. Um, all right, so I get up to elbow, create some space, and I'm able to lock up close guard and get to a real high close guard with my right arm over the top of him. And looking to secure some grips. Go back to that collar sleeve. Maybe go for the maybe go again for another scissor sweep. All right, so here's kind of my opportunity right here. So I flower sweep him right in the mount. I'm gonna go back. So um, at this time, I've gotten really good at flower sweeps where I can do them either direction, and I'm just kind of look. I always kind of feel out which leg they stand up with, and at this time, I was probably only good at sweeping to my left. So he stood up with his right leg, which really helped me secure that. So I didn't even. A lot of people think that you gotta hook the leg, but especially in gi, you can just get that pant grip, and I use that when I sweep just to elevate that leg and come right in the mount. So that's a huge deal in tournaments. Another thing, I have his left arm controlled, so I'm controlling his right arm. I'm controlling his right arm so that he can't reach out and post, and I use my right arm to grab that pant grip and elevate him and roll over in the mount. So that's a big deal in tournaments, especially IBJJF, because you're going to get 2 points for a sweep, and then you get 4 points for a mount. So like right there, you're up 6-0. If you get good at those type of sweeps from close guard, um, flower sweeps and bump sweeps, pendulum sweeps that bring you right in the mount, you can you put points on the board really quick. So, at this point, I'm trying to work get his elbow away from his body, like I'm doing here, and so I once I got his elbow away from his body, I replace my arm with my head and kind of get into that arm triangle position. So I could have went for an arm triangle submission here, which is a very popular submission in no gi, like in people watch UFC fights. There's a lot of finishes with arm triangle, but I actually switched to and you really can't see it that well. This is kind of a tough spot for me as far as redoing this. I've actually never subbed anyone in a competition, and this is the closest I ever came. I had an Ezekiel choke on him from mount, and was really threatening it, and he was in a lot of trouble. And unfortunately, you can't really see the choke. Um, what I should have done, looking back at it in hindsight, was once I had this Ezekiel choke, I should have switched off um, to side control on my left side, and went with knee on belly with my right knee on his belly to kind of help me secure this. But I felt like I was really close, and I lifted up like kind of really high. You could see he was like pretty close to tapping, but I gave him enough space. So when I roll him over, you can see the grip for the Ezekiel, and it's a grip where you go inside your own sleeve. So I'm try to. Oh, I missed it, but like I said, you go kind of go inside your own sleeve with the grip, and using like your wrist to choke them. See if I can. Yeah, see, I'm inside my own sleeve, and my left arm is in front of his neck. My right arm is behind his head, and I'm kind of compressing them both there, and he was able to escape that. So now he's in the close guard. He's in my close guard, which is a position I'm happy to be in, especially up 6-0. Um, all right, so it goes to standing. I switched to De La Hiva and kind of just trying to elevate him. And so this dude was very strong, very aggressive. And I went into a I mentioned this in his last video. So it's funny that it comes up that John Danaher said like whenever you sweep somebody in close guard, you sweep them backwards. It's a lot harder to secure that sweep because he's gonna wrestle up like crazy. So this is a perfect example that I do like a dummy sweep, but it's hard to it's hard to really secure this, and he actually jumps immediately into a footlock, and I gotta fight this off, and then he comes back on top. So you know I was able to move him and attempt to sweep, but I was not able to secure that sweep. But luckily I get back in the close guard here, and with a minute and 5 seconds left, up 6-0, being in and being able to have my opponent in close guard is a very good position for me in a tournament. So I really just kind of got to stall him out, hold him off, throw some attacks here and there, but keep him busy. Obviously, like I never really want to stall or anything like that, but just keep him as busy as possible. And at that point, he's the one that he has to work to pass my guard and put some points on the board, or try to sub me. And he really doesn't have any reliable subs from inside of my close guard. So it's a great position for me to be in. All right, so immediately he gets the standing. So I switched to De La Hiva. I really shouldn't have. I should have just immediately climbed a close guard and just kept trying to pull him down. I mean, there's no slams in IBJJF tournaments. So now, with like an open De La Hiva being more of an open guard, I'm just giving him space to do something. And he actually throws in like a really super tight guillotine. Quite frankly, like if we were in just in a gym training on a regular class, I probably would have tapped out. It was pretty tight, but obviously in a tournament you're gonna put a lot more effort in. So I'm trying to pass to my left. If I can get my leg free and pass to my left, it's gonna just like that. Now he really doesn't have a choke there, and immediately I just go to knee on belly, and from this point I pretty much know I got the match. Just top spin over to his back and just kind of holding it off as much as possible. So I got 2 points for Neon Belly. That kind of really wasn't what I wasn't just trying to put points on the board, just um, just go into that position to just kind of hold him off. And I knew I had this match pretty effectively in the bag. Just had to I hate to use the word stall him out, but I was up at that point 6-0. So yeah, so that was a fun match. Like I said, he came out super strong, super aggressive, and once I was able to lock up close guard, and I kind of had some things to do, I was able to get a win there. So all right, so this is my final match in the Masters Worlds. I already did the recording of the first two matches. I'm gonna make a YouTube video, probably put them all together, and so I lost in the quarterfinals. This was my opponent. You can see he's pretty big. Was definitely felt strong as hell. He's actually, if you see over here, Rafael Lovato, a BJJ legend. He's actually competes at his school. I think it's called Six Blades or something. I think they're out of North Texas, around that area. So when you go into these tournaments, these big tournaments, you never really know like what's gonna happen. And I definitely say that I was happy to win two matches for sure. Wasn't sure. I was a new purple belt at the time, and I haven't had a whole lot of competition. So you see right off the bat, it's already something different that happens. He actually beat me to a guard pull. So the first two matches, I pulled guard, so he initiated the guard pull and went right into De La Hiva. One other thing I want to mention, because I just saw myself let off like a big breath. In between my first match and my second match, I actually had an hour break, and it wasn't on purpose. Basically, the person I was supposed to go against in the third match, he had a bye in the first round, and I was supposed to go in the second round. He never showed up, so they got to give people like I think it's like 15 minutes after the posted time. So like, let's say if their original posted time when they post a schedule on, I say if this match happened on a Friday, they post a schedule on Wednesday, and they say the match is supposed to go at 3:30. Well, if they're running ahead of schedule, that's fine. But if somebody shows up and they're not there, they got to give them to like 15 minutes after that schedule time. So I got a whole hour because that guy never showed up, and I was like super rested. And I remember coming into this match feeling like a lot more tired. And obviously, I had two matches. The second match was a tough match. So he pulled immediately, right in the De La Hiva, and like sat up, stretched me out, and was able to sweep. And I came up and got into single leg X here, and was trying to hold him off, but he was able to move forward. Um, yeah, just, um, so he jumped over, and immediately when he broke these grips, and then top spin over the top of me. He didn't he because I went to turtle, so ideally, like for my defense, I'd go to turtle and then try to find a way to re-guard. So he would get an advantage, but he wouldn't actually pass my guard. But he went straight to back. Well, I did go to turtle, but he just ripped me up and went right to a back take. So he's got 4 points right there for getting his hooks in. Um, and then this is how the match ends. I think I fight him off for maybe a minute or so, but he's working, probably working to stretch out my defense and whatnot. But I think that he lost in the next match in the semifinals against the guy who eventually won the whole tournament. And I watched all those matches. Everyone that made it to the semifinals is super good. And yeah, so unfortunately, bad camera angle. I can't really see what he's working right now, but all right. So he's comes over, got his wrist grip. He's kind of pulling, maybe pulling my gi closer to his hand to make it a little bit more tight. I'm obviously just hand fighting and just trying not to get choked at this point. So this is probably it right here. He gets, yeah, he's under my chin. So yeah, there's nothing I do there. So yeah, so that was my run at Masters Worlds 2023. By far the most fun I had in a day doing jiu-jitsu. Didn't get the podium or get a medal or anything like that, but won two matches, lost in the quarterfinals, and super fun day. Also got to hang out with my team and coach some of them and get them ready for their competitions and whatnot. So um, unfortunately, I have not been able to compete. I did the no gi pans, which was maybe a month after this competition in Fort Worth, Texas. But after that happened, had a series of injuries, messed up both knees. One really bad that took me effectively like 6 months to really rehab diligently, and then some other things. So haven't been able to get back out there and compete, but I'm very grateful for this experience. It's great to live in Las Vegas where we get a lot of these tournaments that come here, and yeah. So if you watched my video, I hope you found some good stuff in it. And if you have any questions about anything, or if you just want to comment, feel free. I appreciate all of that. So, all right, next time.